Have you ever wondered if sunlight could do more than just give us vitamin D? Today's video explores the quiet power of sunlight and why it matters even more as we age. Beyond its well-known role in helping our bodies produce vitamin D, sunlight, especially its infrared rays, can penetrate deep into our tissues, up to 8 centimeters. This gentle warmth may support mitochondrial function, reduce oxidative stress, and lower the risk of conditions like diabetes, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. We'll also share a powerful real-life story. A 15-year-old boy, critically ill from blood cancer, saw remarkable improvement not from new medications, but from one heartfelt request to feel the sun. Just days after being taken outdoors, his health began to improve in unexpected ways. His doctors, deeply moved, started rethinking the role of light in healing. This isn't just about science, it's about rediscovering the natural tools we've always had. Stay with us until the end of the video, where we'll explore how something as simple as sunlight can quietly support your journey to better health and resilience. As we age, it becomes clear that true wellness isn't built on just one habit, but a balanced foundation. One helpful way to understand this is through 8 essential pillars of health, often known by the acronym New START. Let's begin with nutrition. What we eat directly shapes our health. A study in the Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who consumed more whole foods had significantly better cognitive and cardiovascular outcomes. For example, Mrs. Elaine Carter, a 73-year-old in Oregon, reversed early signs of frailty after switching from processed foods to a plant-rich diet. Her grocery list became her best medicine. Next is exercise. Physical activity doesn't just boost strength, it helps fight off depression and reduce stroke risk. According to the CDC, even a 30-minute walk 5 days a week can extend life expectancy. One veteran in Florida, age 78, began chair yoga and reported fewer falls and greater energy. Water, often overlooked, plays a dual role hydrating the body and supporting immunity. But hydrotherapy matters too. A 2015 U.S. study showed that sauna use can reduce cardiovascular mortality. Try alternating warm showers with brief cold bursts to stimulate circulation. Sunlight is more than vitamin D. Infrared rays from the sun can penetrate deeply, supporting mitochondrial health and reducing oxidative stress. Spending 15-20 minutes in the morning sun, even on cloudy days, makes a difference. Temperance invites moderation. Avoiding tobacco, excessive alcohol, and toxins helps the body preserve its resilience. Think of it as keeping each link in your health chain strong. Breathing air rich with natural compounds, especially in green spaces, can reduce inflammation. A Yale study found that time in nature boosts immune function. Even weekly walks in a park help. Rest isn't just about sleep, it's about rhythm. Studies show consistent sleep and digital detox on weekends improve memory and emotional balance. Try a calming wind-down routine and go screen-free at least 30 minutes before bed. Lastly, trust whether in a higher power or a sense of purpose helps reduce stress. Seniors engaged in supportive faith communities report lower rates of anxiety, according to research from Duke University. Together, these 8 pillars form a framework for lasting strength and gentle renewal, starting one mindful step at a time. It's easy to think of sunlight as simply a way to get vitamin D, but its benefits run far deeper than we once believed. Recent findings have shown that sunlight also contains infrared light, which can penetrate up to 8 centimeters into the body, reaching beneath the skin and into our cells. Why does this matter? Because inside each cell, we have tiny power plants called mitochondria. These mitochondria fuel every function in our body, from memory to muscle strength. As we grow older, mitochondrial function declines naturally, but infrared light appears to help. A groundbreaking paper published in Melatonin Research, University of Texas, revealed that infrared light stimulates the mitochondria to produce melatonin, not the sleep hormone made by the brain, but a potent antioxidant made inside the cell itself. This intracellular melatonin protects the cell from oxidative stress, a key driver behind many chronic illnesses. One example comes from Dr. Roger Sehoult, a critical care specialist, who shared the case of a 15-year-old cancer patient whose condition began improving after just 2 days of sun exposure, even when all medical treatments had failed to make a difference. His story inspired a deeper look into light therapy. Moreover, studies published by Harvard Medical School and the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology show that people with higher natural vitamin D levels, often from regular sun exposure, have lower risks of heart disease, diabetes, and even cognitive decline. So what can you do? Try to get 15 to 20 minutes of morning sun each day, especially before noon. Even on cloudy days, the infrared light still reaches you. Sometimes, the most powerful support for our bodies doesn't come from a pill, but from something as natural as light. Sometimes, the most unexpected healing tools are right outside our window. During the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, Dr. Roger Sehoult, a pulmonary and critical care physician, shared a striking case. A patient in serious condition nearing the point of requiring mechanical ventilation was placed outdoors in direct sunlight for several days as part of an experimental approach. At the time, no changes were made to medications or oxygen settings. What happened next was remarkable. Each day, the patient's oxygen requirements steadily dropped. By the fifth day, not only was ventilation avoided, but the patient was breathing well enough to be discharged without any supplemental oxygen at all. This case wasn't an isolated miracle. It sparked deeper investigation. Research from the Journal of Photochemistry and Photobiology and Frontiers in Public Health has supported the idea that sunlight, particularly its infrared components, may play a role in reducing inflammation and improving respiratory function. While this doesn't replace medical care, it encourages us to think differently about how natural elements, like light, interact with our body. For older adults, spending time outdoors in early daylight, just 15 to 30 minutes, may gently support recovery, mood, and lung health. In a world filled with complex treatments, the quiet power of sunlight reminds us that healing sometimes begins with a step outside. Sometimes, the simplest things like a walk under the sun or time spent near trees can have profound effects on our well-being. A long-term study in Sweden followed over 30,000 women and found that those who had greater exposure to natural sunlight lived longer and had significantly lower rates of heart disease and cancer. It wasn't just about vitamin D. Researchers believe that natural light may help regulate inflammation and immune function in ways we're only beginning to understand. Across the ocean, similar patterns emerged. Studies in both the UK and Italy during the COVID-19 pandemic observed that regions with higher average sunlight exposure had notably lower mortality rates. One peer-reviewed article published in Scientific Reports suggested that sunlight might play a role in supporting the immune response during respiratory infections. But it's not just light, it's green space too. The Green Heart Project, conducted in Louisville, Kentucky, is one of the largest studies to examine the impact of trees and urban greenery on public health. After planting thousands of trees in urban neighborhoods, researchers observed a 13–20% decrease in C-reactive protein, CRP, a marker of inflammation, strongly linked to cardiovascular risk. And the benefits didn't stop there. Communities with more green space reported lower rates of stroke, depression, and overall stress. In one case, residents in a previously concrete-heavy area described feeling calmer and more connected after green corridors were added, a quiet transformation in both body and spirit. What can we learn from this? Even small lifestyle choices like spending 20 minutes outside each day or visiting a local park can bring gentle but lasting support to our health. Nature doesn't just decorate our world, it helps sustain it. We often underestimate how much light shapes our daily rhythm, but it quietly guides nearly every system in the body. Morning sunlight, in particular, plays a powerful role in regulating our internal clock. When light enters the eyes, especially within the first hour of waking, it signals the brain to adjust our circadian rhythm, helping us feel alert, energized, and ready for the day. Researchers at Harvard Medical School have confirmed that early light exposure supports more stable mood and better sleep patterns in older adults. To illustrate, meet John, a 70-year-old retired teacher from Minnesota who struggled with seasonal depression each winter. After using a SAD lamp, seasonal affective disorder light, for just 20 minutes each morning, he reported noticeable improvements in mood and energy within 2 weeks. These lamps mimic natural daylight and are often used in northern regions, where winter brings long periods of darkness. But just as light can heal, it can also disrupt. Evening exposure to artificial blue light from phones, TVs, and LED lighting can suppress melatonin production, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. In fact, a Stanford University study found that older adults who used backlit devices late at night experienced delayed sleep onset and lighter rest overall. This is where the principle of bright days, dark nights becomes essential. By keeping your days well lit with natural or full-spectrum light and dimming your home in the evening, you support your body's natural rhythms. Try turning off screens 1 hour before bedtime and using warm, amber lighting instead. These small changes may seem simple, but they help reinforce the body's built-in timing system, a quiet partner in emotional balance, immune function, and long-term well-being. Light, it turns out, isn't just something we see. It's something we live by. When we think of melatonin, we often picture it as the sleep hormone, something to take at night for better rest. But recent science is showing us there's more to this quiet molecule than meets the eye. Melatonin is not only produced in the brain's pineal gland, but also inside each of our cells, specifically in the mitochondria, those tiny energy centers that power nearly every function in the body. According to a review published in Melatonin Research, this intracellular melatonin acts as a powerful antioxidant, helping to reduce oxidative stress and protect mitochondrial function, an especially important role as we age. This discovery is changing how experts understand melatonin's purpose. Infrared light from sunlight has been shown to stimulate the body's natural production of melatonin within cells. Dr. Russell Ryder, a leading researcher at UT Health San Antonio, has found that this internal melatonin may improve metabolism, boost resilience, and reduce cellular damage over time. For instance, one clinical trial noted that older adults who spent more time in morning sunlight had improved glucose metabolism, compared to those who stayed indoors even when vitamin D levels were similar. The benefit, researchers suggest, may come from light-activated mitochondrial pathways. While melatonin supplements are commonly used to aid sleep, especially among seniors experts, caution against long-term use of high doses. Some individuals report feeling agitated or emotionally flat with extended use. The key may lie in timing, dose, and whether the body's own natural light cues are being supported. Instead of relying solely on pills, consider stepping into the early morning sun or using gentle infrared lamps during darker months. Supporting your body's own production of melatonin may offer more than rest. It may help renew your energy from within. In today's modern homes, we're surrounded by light, but not all light is created equal. Most LED bulbs, while energy efficient, emit strong blue light and lack the infrared wavelengths found in natural sunlight. This imbalance may have unintended effects on our health, particularly as we age. According to the Journal of Environmental Health, excessive blue light in the evening can disrupt circadian rhythms, while the absence of infrared may deprive our cells of vital stimulation. Years ago, homes used incandescent bulbs, which provided a broader light spectrum, including beneficial red and infrared wavelengths. Though less energy efficient, they more closely mimicked natural sunlight. Unfortunately, these bulbs have become harder to find in the U.S. due to efficiency regulations, but the science behind the light spectrum continues to evolve. In a preprint study led by neuroscientist Glenn Jeffrey at University College London, older adults who switched from LED lighting to incandescent-style bulbs experienced better color contrast sensitivity and visual function. The difference? A wider light spectrum, especially in the red range. More specifically, red light at 6 and 70 nanometers has shown promise in supporting mitochondrial health in the retina and skin. A study published in the Journals of Gerontology demonstrated that brief daily exposure to this wavelength improved eye function in adults over 40 miles. People like Margaret, a retired artist in Ohio, now use red light therapy panels for a few minutes each morning to support eye comfort and energy levels, something she noticed declining with age under standard lighting. While we can't always control every light in our environment, choosing warmer, broad-spectrum bulbs or stepping outside when we can may help us bring nature's balance back indoors. It may come as a surprise, but red light does more than just benefit the skin. It can influence the entire body's metabolism in powerful ways. Recent studies have shown that exposure to red light, even for short periods, can activate mitochondrial function throughout the body. In one notable study published in Frontiers in Physiology, researchers found that applying red light to a small area of the body like the lower back was enough to trigger a systemic metabolic response. Within minutes, participants showed increased carbon dioxide exhalation, an early sign that cellular energy production and glucose metabolism were ramping up. Interestingly, this effect wasn't limited to the skin or immediate area of exposure. Scientists believe that mitochondria may communicate with each other across different tissues, allowing light-induced benefits to ripple through the body even when only part of the skin is exposed. Take George, a 68-year-old with sluggish energy and borderline blood sugar. After using a 15-minute red light session on his back each morning for 3 weeks, he reported improved clarity and reduced afternoon fatigue. Though anecdotal, his experience aligns with laboratory findings, and the timing matters too. The most noticeable effects tend to occur within 15 to 20 minutes of exposure, making it a simple and time-efficient habit. Some researchers even refer to this as a form of mitochondrial signaling therapy, emphasizing its potential beyond cosmetics or localized treatments. Devices emitting red light at 660 to 670 nanometers are widely available, and while many are marketed for skin rejuvenation, their reach appears to extend much further. As our understanding of light deepens, we're learning that a small daily dose of the right kind of light might quietly support the body's energy balance from the inside out. In recent years, light therapy has moved from theory to practice, and in some surprising ways. A small clinical study from Brazil explored a novel approach to treating hospitalized COVID-19 patients, using a jacket embedded with infrared light panels, emitting at 940 nanometers. These wavelengths are typically found in natural sunlight, but in this case, they were delivered directly to the patient's torso through wearable technology. The results were promising. After just 7 days of therapy, the group exposed to the infrared jacket recovered more quickly than those receiving standard care. On average, Their hospital stay dropped from 12 days to just 8, a notable reduction, given the strain on healthcare systems during the pandemic. Though the study involved only 30 participants, the clinical impact drew attention in both local and international medical circles. Researchers believe the infrared light helped reduce inflammation and improved mitochondrial performance, allowing cells to generate energy more efficiently during the healing process. This aligns with previous based studies, such as those published in photomedicine and laser surgery, which have linked near-infrared light to enhance tissue repair and immune support. What's remarkable is that this specific wavelength, 940 nanometers, is already present in natural sunlight. In essence, what these patients received through wearable technology is something many of us could access outdoors. With simple sun exposure, just 15 to 30 minutes of early morning or late afternoon sun may help the body harness similar benefits, especially if it reaches the skin directly, without glass or thick clothing in between. While medical-grade devices have their place, this study reminds us that nature often provides the blueprint first. Sometimes, healing begins with just a bit of light. Sunlight, when approached with care and intention, offers more than warmth. It gently supports our body's natural rhythms, energy, and resilience. Even small moments outside can remind us that nature is still working quietly on our behalf. So why not begin tomorrow with a mindful step into the light? A few minutes may be all it takes to shift how you feel, inside and out. Always check with your doctor before making any changes to your routine. If you're still watching and found this information valuable, please comment 1 below. If it didn't quite fit your needs, comment 9. I'd still love to know you're here. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thoughtful insights.